I typically look at the ocean and waterscapes and think of like kind of a zen meditative quality to connect with to connect with nature, and this made me feel the exact opposite. It was a very visceral um feeling of uneasiness and apprehension and almost fear of this landscape, which I thought was really brilliantly done through these distortions, kind of the fisheye lens and the flipping them, the distortioning color and the sonic distortion as well, just created for a very uneasy atmosphere and a fear of the water, which I think is important to show its gravity and its strength and its power. But it was also a really cool manipulation and experiment to see that response on the audience.
Features various shots of waves and waves breaking with a voiceover where the audio has been altered and deepened to sound a bit demonic in nature, which is just a juxtaposition from the visual we are seeing. It did make me wonder about the choice for the voice altering and what emphasis the creative of this piece intended by that choice. There were also a lot of different techniques and alterations of the waves, possibly done with the choice of lens or film effects in post, and the variations to the coloring throughout. The waves also vary throughout the film in terms of being chaotic in nature and also in terms of being calm in nature, which is very reminiscent to what waves do in life.
The experimental aspects of this are so distinct and strong and very much leave a lasting impact on the viewer. This is a meditation, but a disturbing one. It kind of can take you to these uneasy places internally that ebb and flow, much like the waves that we see themselves. I like that we see many a different kind of wave as well, not just a conventional, but some really screwy and wonky ones as well, to say the least. It's a cool piece.
I felt like it felt like I was watching a poem, like if you were to make a poem and make it visual, that's what it felt like. So mission accomplished, I guess. Um, I really liked, the sound design, the whole voice effects and all that. Because you could have just read the poem, straight narration, but I think the voice effects really added emotion and added tone, added to the tone. Same thing. Similarly, the subtitles being all wonky added to the tone. All these choices are like things that are like clearly this person is going for a specific feeling, and I think they nailed it. I think these were all good choices to evoke it.
I really liked this. I think it was very, very trippy. I think the filmmakers were very creative in what they did with it, and I liked how they took that poem and brought the poem to life. They did some really interesting things with the footage. I liked how they added those special effects to the footage, kind of made you feel like you were underwater. The music in this was great. It fit it so perfectly. But I'm glad for the text, and I like what they did graphically with the text.
The visuals were mesmerizing, and the combination of wild water and the low, frightening voice produced a very eerie presentation. And the poetry, typed out in many different styles and fonts and endlessly moving, really heightened the drama. I appreciated the blurry human and wave imagery and the clever use of CGI throughout. Well done, memorable piece.